Cool. Hey everyone, you're here with Sarcastic Tech and my friend Amber. Today she's helping me make bread. I've never made bread before, correctly. So I have her. She's my local witch bread maker. So there we go.
Yeah.
Tell me what to do.
All right, so we already have everything measured up.
Okay.
We have, to make a basic bread, you really only need 4 ingredients. You've got bread flour, which is very important. You only ever want to use bread flour. It has more gluten in it, which makes sure that the bread will bind appropriately.
Okay.
Have some coarse kosher salt. Kosher salt is important because the iodine will mess with the leavening process. Kosher salt does not have iodine, and the coarse salt is just in order to have the measurement be more appropriate for the recipe that we're using. This is fast rise yeast, which is
Instant yeast?
Instant yeast,
okay.
yeah, exactly. It's different than active dry, which is what you would normally be using in a more traditional bread recipe, but that requires multiple rises, which takes much longer.
Woohoo!
So this is going to be speedy, only 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then this, we just have standard water, which we need to heat up.
Okay, that's going in the microwave behind the camera. That's why you heard that. Woohoo! Hee-hee-hoo!
Stick it in there for
How
15
long?
seconds, please.
Oh god. Okay.
All right,
So why is it? What degree does the water have to be?
roughly around 170 is what you're going for. Just you want it to be warm.
Okay,
Like,
just warm.
Yeah, warm. You want it to be. This is probably a little bit lower, which is what I typically use, because
Okay.
it's better to be a little too low than too high. If you use just lukewarm water, your bread will rise, just not enough, because the yeast isn't going to be stimulated enough. If you get water that's too hot, it will kill the yeast and it will not rise at all. So you want to try to go for a happy medium.
I already see where I went wrong.
Yes.
Hello. Yes. Correctly is the term.
All good, all good.
Okay.
All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and dip our flour.
You want to wash our hands first?
I mean, it's not a bad idea. Just
Okay. Flour. In.
dump with the flour.
No sifting?
Not necessary.
Okay, cool.
If you wanted to make a bread that had a finer texture, sifting would be important, but this is an artisan bread. It's just going to be like a crusty bread that you would expect to find like on the side of the road at a stall on a merchant.
Do you think he's upset? Okay. Okay.
I am the flour man.
All right. What's
All
next?
right, next you can dip in the salt and the yeast. And this is 1 3/4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 packet of fast dry yeast,
Get out there.
and then I want you all.
Okay.
All of the organisms. 1 1/2 cups of water. Go ahead and dump it in. No, just
No
dump it in
mixing?
just like that. Yeah, this is a super easy recipe. There are a lot of more complicated ones, but this one works really well. All right, now for the fun part.
I have to use my hands, don't I?
You squish it. Squish it. There we go.
Amber, I want you to know, this reminds me of something that I made when I was like 6, and it made me fear cooking. It tasted awful, it smelled terrible, and
Good, yep. You just keep doing this process. Just pick it up, squeeze it through, and this is the best way to do it. Yeah, squeeze it through your fingers. Yeah, you're doing perfect. You're doing perfect, yeah. You just want to get your hands in there to mix up as much as possible. If it starts sticking too much, you can kind of grab up some of the flour that's stuck to the side to help get it off with your fingers.
Stuck to the sides.
Rubbing them on each other like you're doing works well too. But you're just going to keep getting this mixture. You're only about halfway there. Just keep going.
Only halfway there.
By the time you get done, you want it to look like bread dough. You can see it almost looks like it's been extruded through a Play-Doh machine right now. You don't necessarily want that to be there at the end. It doesn't have to be.
I just feel like, I think when I tried, keyword tried, right, I felt like it had to be homogeneous.
That's fair. And again, depending on the type of bread you're making, that is important.
This one don't care?
This one don't care. This one is going to have a more hearty texture than something like a breadstick or something.
So we're going to be dense, boys.
No, it's not going to be dense. It's
No?
actually, it's going to be quite fluffy.
Good to know. I love you. Thank you for helping me.
Of course. I love doing this.
Good.
There you go. So you're going to get that together so that it's roughly
Like
a singular blob of dough at this point.
a singular life form.
Yeah, like you have it mixed.
Like I feel like I have to have all of this.
No. You're gonna have flour
No?
stuck to the side, you're gonna have a few little bits at the bottom, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Maybe I'm just too perfectionist. This requires just to go, doesn't it? Just do the thing.
Just do the thing. That's one of the reasons I love this recipe. Like, it's very hard. It is possible to.
It's very hard.
It's very hard.
It's very hard.
Let me rephrase that. It's very hard to mess it up. It is possible, but it is very hard to mess it up. It's very forgiving.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that's looking great. Go ahead and pick it up with both of your hands now to kind of shape it into a ball. Just like that. Just kind of like pop it. There you go, to the sides.
Amber, I have very tiny hands. I can't do board order.
No, you're not gonna do this. You just gotta pop it around here. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Here, just.
Oh, okay.
This process here, and then every time you do, you're gripping it slightly so that it's slowly forming more and more into a ball.
Okay, I'll try. Your tiny hands.
Yeah, no, there we go. Yeah, you got it. Perfect. Lovely. That's a fun part. I love that part. All right. So yeah, that's actually working quite nicely. It's a little heavier on the flour this time. It's odd sometimes in the way that the flour will absorb the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to make a difference in the end.
Okay.
I've made it this way where it ends up being so sticky that it's still sticking to my hands at the end. In this case, not so much. So you're good. You don't need to worry about anything else. Just plop it in that bowl, and then we will let it rest.
Oh, there's no like cover cheesecloth thing?
We're going to cover it with some saran wrap. I'll go ahead and
Okay.
pull it out. So get this over top. And this just holds in the moisture. Again, just providing a nice, lovely environment to keep all those yeasty boys alive and have them growing and reproducing and just becoming a vast nation that we are going to incinerate in the oven.
I am God.
And that's it. Now we're just going to let this set for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
And
So
go
where do you
from
want to put this? On the table?
Yeah, the table will work nicely.
Amber, get your hands in here. All right. We have to let that rise for 3 hours, like Emma said. So, yeah, we'll be back. You'll watch it rise, I guess. So, goodbye. Probably just die. Probably just be on my phone and be a hermit in my bed. Hey! No!
Hey!
Get out of there!
Hey! You didn't fuck it up, did you?
No, it's fine.
Alright.
He was trying.
He's patting it.
Well, you know, I had.
He's trying to help me eat it. A little bit.
Making bread, not biscuits, buddy.
It has risen, rose, and now Emma is going to explain the next step.
So we have, at this point, it's been sitting for about 2 hours. A lot of yeasty boys, made a lot more yeasty boys that made a lot of carbon dioxide, and now we have a bigger loaf. It looks a little uneven and a little bit of a mess, but that's fine, because again, this is artisan bread, and we want it to look that way.
It's a hard.
Yeah, it is. It's very sweet.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. I like it.
Yeah, whatever. Continue.
Now you just do the fun part. You punch it.
Just how hard?
You set your fist on top and then just kind of press down, you can hear the air release. Yeah, right, it's fine, right? It's right, it's good. Okay. It's okay, it's fine.
Okay.
And now, you're going to pick up the side, and you're going to pull it towards you kind of like you're folding a blanket. You want to bring one side to the...
Just one?
Yep, one side to the next. Oh, no, yeah, the whole thing.
The whole thing?
So fold it in half is what you're doing.
Oh.
There we go, now punch it again. You don't have to be quite so aggressive unless you just like to.
Okay.
You're now, again, fold it in half.
See, when the directions said bring one side over is not what I thought it was.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and punch it again.
Ow.
Lovely. All right, now you're going to do that 5 more times.
Okay.
Very good. And yeah, just 90 degrees and fold. So you've done 3. You want to do about 7. Like 60 times is what you're doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm shaking
Well,
everything.
push that down more, that last one you did.
This
It's not
one?
about the punch, it's about the, there we go. It's not about the punch as much as it's about the press.
Well, okay. Get in the middle. Just.
Very good.
Why wouldn't they just say fold in half?
Because sometimes recipes are written more complicated than they need to be.
Yeah, okay. That's how that goes. Oh my goodness.
I lost count, but that's fine. Go and do one more after this and you should be good.
What?
Lovely. Alright, now go ahead and pick it back up like you did before. Shape it back into bread. See how much better that looks already.
It does! Look at
there
it, it's so smooth.
So what you have right now, you can very clearly see that's going to be the top of your bread. Because it's nice and smooth. That'll be the bottom because it'll be fine. So go and set that back in there just like that. And now we're going to cover it back up with saran wrap. We're going to wait 10 more minutes. During this time, I already have the oven preheated to 450.
And there's already the Dutch oven in it.
Dutch oven's in there. Dutch oven needs to preheat in the oven for at least half an hour beforehand so that it's warm as soon as you put the bread in there. If you miss that step for artisan bread, it's not that big of a deal, but it does help the crust get... it gives you that great crust. You're able to like knock on it and it sounds hollow. It's great.
Okay.
Pick up to another 10 minutes and then we'll be back.
Watch this be like the worst bread that you've ever made, but the best bread that I've ever made.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Alright, I won't let you all watch these last 2 minutes. I'll just go. So what she's doing right now is that she's scoring the top of the bread. Whoa! Before we put it in the oven.
And this step is important because if you do not make a cut in the top of the bread, the crust on this is going to be so hard that it actually will keep the bread from rising appropriately. Sometimes you'll still get like cracks and stuff in there, but it's basically the crust is going to contain the bread. It's going to be far too dense. By scoring the bread first, we give a section of the dough that is weakened that will expand open and let the bread get to its full size. Now you can, at this point, a lot of people use a razor blade. You can do all kinds of cool designs and make art out of this. There's a lot of fun things you can do for just a simple artisan loaf though. Just a cut around the edges, plenty sufficient. You want to go like between a 1/4 and a 1/2 inch deep. That's all you need. It's pretty simple.
Do we need parchment paper?
Nope.
No? Just in? In and done. Alright.
We're going to use cornmeal actually.
Oatmeal?
Cornmeal.
Cornmeal. Okay.
Do you want me to put this in or do you want to put it in?
I guess I will.
Alright, that works.
Oh god.
Gotta stick this
Oh
over
my.
here. I'll put run the cornmeal so you can do this.
Yeah.
Are we good? Are we recording?
Yeah.
All
They
right.
recording.
Lovely.
Never stopped.
Beautiful. Then we're gonna go and take this out. Nice preheated Dutch oven.
Woo.
Now, as Emily was saying, a lot of recipes do call for parchment paper or something like that in the Dutch oven to keep it from sticking to the bottom. You do want to put something in there, but what I found works nicely, I learned this from a recipe for a traditional rye bread. Just take a little bit of cornmeal, just a little sprinkle on the bottom. It adds a nice, fun little texture to the bottom of the loaf. Works just as well. You don't want to put it in there too fast though, because it will start cooking. Oh,
So
you guys can see it's smoking. You want to get that dough in there. Just drop it in.
Just drop
Do
it?
not touch the sides.
No shit.
Just drop it, yeah. This is for you. That will cause severe burns at this point.
Yeah.
All right, and just drop it in there, and we're just gonna
Push that bitch.
get it covered up. So the reason you want to use the Dutch oven instead of putting it in just a normal bread loaf or something is in order to get that a proper loaf, proper crust, because the Dutch oven allows the moisture inside the bread to create steam, so it actually ends up steaming itself for the first little bit.
So we're gonna let that cook for 45 minutes?
45 total. 30 minutes covered, 15 minutes uncovered.
Okay, what she said. And then we'll get back to you, and then you can see our, hopefully, better loaf.
Beautiful.
Cool. Awesome. So we just let it rest uncovered for 15 more minutes, the final time. And now we have bread.
It's so nice.
Bread. Bread. Big old boy.
It looks so good.
Look, he's smiling.
He is.
Kind of. Oh, he's
Now,
nice.
one of the way. Yep, you gotta get.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Bring it over. We'll bring it over to the mic.
Yeah.
To the mic.
Yeah, that's a good crust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bread. Okay. Sound of bread. Gain savage.
That crackling is the bread finishing. This is why you let your bread rest for 20 minutes before you actually eat it. Now that it's gone from the shock of the heat in the oven to the cold, relative cold outside, it's creating a process where the bread is trying to shrink, but the crust is hard enough that it can't, so you get all those little crackly sounds, which will eventually break down this very hard crust enough that you can cut it and eat it appropriately.
I can see the cornmeal popping off the bottom. It goes
Nice.
pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, this is referred to as the song of bread. Beautiful little crackles.
I love it.
Yeah.
Ooh, show me the crumb. Oh my, I'm gonna crumb. The spirits got unleashed with that one. Oh wow. He looks dense.
Nice and crusty.
I have the equipment so much. Okay.
I kept saying, well, I've got stuff upstairs.
We are
you can just
recording?
use it, and she's like, no, I have that. Let's
Hello.
go.
Okay. I just had to
Yeah,
do
no,
that.
you're good.
Right. Oh God. Okay. I've never done this in front of people. I'm very camera shy. Hi. How's it going?
No, I get it. You good.